my pleasure to introduce the Deputy PM for Ammo, Lieutenant Colonel Wisniewski. Sir?
Oh. Thank you. Ammo! Ammo! Here we go. Hey, sir, General Welsh, I hope you're ready for this because you're going to have a fun ride tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome and thank you all for coming. Before I introduce and turn this over to our guest speaker, I want to give you a couple of highlights of what the ammunition community has been doing during calendar year 21 as we recognize our recipients this evening. I am, however, going to steal something from General Pasagian. The three things that make this evening great. First, a special thank you to the Marine Corps Association and our industry partners and sponsors. It is greatly appreciated by the entire ammunition community, the support that you continue to provide. We have been coming together to do this event for 12 years in the memory of Gunnery Sergeant Johnson. Including throughout the COVID pandemic, we were one of 3 events that handled every year. Thanks is not enough, but we truly, truly appreciate it. Unfortunately, the ammunition community suffered a loss last week. Staff Sergeant Robert Akins III passed away last Thursday. He was a member of the TCOM G4 ammunition section here aboard Quantico. I know his family and the TCOM team would appreciate your thoughts and prayers, so please keep him with us tonight. Second, thanks for the support from the command, sir, and the community. We have added 2 reserve awards this year, starting in calendar 2021. Our inaugural recipients are here tonight. And third, the ammunition community, active duty and reserve, continues to support both directly and indirectly forces globally, from Indo-PACOM, EUCOM, CENTCOM, and even here in CONUS. One of our award recipients is unavailable to be with us here tonight as she is in direct support of Forces Forward. In calendar year 2021, the community moved 140,000 short tons of ammunition, 900 million rounds of ammunition. We completed 635,000 transactions and maintained a 99.3% inventory accuracy. We continue to adjust and support the ever-changing battlefield, not only on the forward edge of the battle area, but also adapting to the new technologies of future weapon systems that will transform the community and how we support our forces. We continue to procure ammunition in a post-conflict era, as well as a fiscally constrained Marine Corps, in order to provide the highest quality of ammunition readiness to the Fleet Marine Force. All of this is evident through the extremely high caliber of recipients that we have here this evening, as well as our past recipients that were previously recognized. Our community continues to excel at all levels, tactical to strategic, in every climb and place. I want to make a note, though. Of all the commodities in supply, ammo has the most confirmed kills. Ammo! That's how high caliber we are. So, with that, it's with that high caliber that I introduce tonight's guest speaker, Brigadier General Pasagian, the commander of Marine Corps Systems Command, one of the biggest supporters of the ammunition community, or the bandits as he refers to us. Sir, honestly, it is our privilege to have you here this evening on your last night of command to say goodbye, but also to welcome General Welsh as he steps into your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, General Pasagian.
Thanks a lot, Brian. I really appreciate that nice, warm introduction. It's not too difficult of a crowd to speak to, right? When you talk about confirmed kills and class list of supply, boy, is that an easy setup. So, good evening, everyone. My name is AJ Pasagian. I'm the commander of Marine Corps Systems Command, and welcome to a really important, event, something that's near and dear to my heart, and I'll explain why. I do want to start by saying a big thank you. I told them when I came by on the entrance, but the Marine Band just adds a little bit of a quality. I know they're already gone. Maybe they're in a bar. They might be out in the back waiting for me to light a cigar with them after this. But just a big round of applause for him real quick. To General Sherrati, to Tim Mundy, to Leanne, to Sergeant Major Bennett, and the class act that you put out. I've got a badge, and somewhere on it says, I'm a member. I am a member. So I would encourage you, if you're not a member, then sign up and become a member. It's a great organization that inspires really healthy professional debate, discourse on where we're going in the future, while also remembering the most important thing here, part of our past. And that's what the association does. So I would encourage you to take a moment and consider your subscription to the Marine Corps Association. For the distinguished guests that we've got tonight, General Walsh, tomorrow morning we're gonna shake hands and exchange. What an incredible time you're gonna have, most notably with these bandits here tonight, setting the conditions for your command. What a fantastic time. Welcome. For General Kevin Stewart, classmate, solid Marine, a very good friend of mine. Welcome, Kevin. Our Executive Director, Bill Wilford, staunch supporter of this community. If you need to go any further, then look at what a seasoned senior executive does for the support of what it is that you do. Please swing by and shake this man's hand. And for Scott Adams, the PM, and Lieutenant Colonel Wisniewski, the Deputy PM, God love you guys. Thank you for having me tonight. Colonel John Gutierrez, the commander of our logistics combat element at Marine Corps Systems Command. I want to say welcome to John and all the colonels that are here. And finally, I'm going to just end up real quick saying a quick shout out to Sergeant Major Goodyear. We've been serving together for the last few months. Just kind of an effortless relationship, between Marines and the epitome of what it takes to come into an organization and make a difference. Day one. Welcome to Lynette, your whole family, to you guys, and the chaplain. And some of the things that you said, Padre, stand out to me. Marines like this community do more than just their technical skill, is what the Padre said at the invocation. And I'm going to get into some of the other things that you do. Some of them are awesome, and some of them are actually characteristic and make for really good stories. So we'll go through some of that. So there are indeed 3 reasons why today is a great day. Today is a great day for 3 chief reasons. Number 1, I'm almost a single-digit midget, so I can say this with full authority. I've got roughly 8 days remaining on active service, and I got to tell you that wearing this uniform every single day, not lost on me for about 35 years, 2 months, and some days, is an honor. And I truly, every time you pull this uniform on, I think of things that tug at your emotion, that cause you to rededicate yourself, and remember what's kind of relevant about the environment. And what it is it represents the 35,000 Marines that are either forward deployed or forward stationed as we sit here tonight. So, like Lieutenant Colonel Wisniewski said, keep that in mind. That's really important. It's more than just cliche. It's why we're here. It's why we exist. And we got to do everything we can to support them. Number 2, today's a great day because I'm with one of the most beloved and fiercely passionate communities in the United States Marines. My God. This community drives me crazy. I can't talk to you for more than 2 minutes without going out of my mind. Bulging veins and things like that come to mind. But the camaraderie there is emblematic of why it is that I raised my right hand and said, I want to do this. I want to be a part of something that's bigger than me. And this community, is the epitome of that. 3rd reason why today's a great day is because if you look at the American League East standings today, right now, we're about 1/3 into the baseball season, and the Yankees are sitting on top like 12 games or something, and the Red Sox are now hot, 12 games. So if you're from New England, anybody in New England, raise your hand. Not interested in talking to you at all. Just, eat some of that cheesecake. It's good. I want to take just a quick opportunity to talk to you about what it is that made me just kind of captive to the reverence that comes with being a 2311 ammunition technician in the United States Marines. It started by realizing that this is an underutilized community. We were at a CAX, Combined Armed Exercise, out at 29 Palms, California. And at the conclusion of this exercise, it's a sizable exercise with a few battalions. We had the 75th Rangers with us. We had some allies there too, I think the UK, if I got it right. But we'd been there for maybe 3 to 4 months, and the desert gets old. Camp Wilson gets old. There's only so many beer nights, warrior nights you can have at Camp Wilson to call it fun. But we're turning in our supplies and all the equipment we're using out there at the end of the exercise, and it comes time to turn in our ammunition. I'm a detachment commander, and man, am I feeling good about this. We're going to head back to Camp Pendleton, Southern California, and turn in our ammo. We're going to clean our weapons. We're going to go on liberty. This is great. Until I find out we're missing some ammunition. And the ammunition that we were missing wasn't just like 5.56 cartridges, but they were blasting caps. I mean, these are like, not the kind of thing that you want to necessarily go without, right? And as you conclude the exercise, reporting that you're missing the blasting cap doesn't necessarily make you the most popular lieutenant in the battalion. So I'm scratching my head. I'm like, listen, Marines, we got to go out there and take a look. So we're literally digging in the dirt. We're using our bayonets and stuff to like probe into the sand, and we're hoping that somebody's gonna find these blasting caps and recover. And at some point, the platoon sergeant says to me, "Hey, sir, we gotta call these guys at the ASP." I'm like, "What the hell is an ASP?" Well, it's the ammunition supply point, and we go to this place and we find someone who knows what the hell they're doing with ammunitions writ large. They come back with us, and I promise you, it must have been something like 3 or 4 minutes. This Marine, Corporal Betcher, knew exactly where to look. He found these blasting caps in about 2.5 minutes, and I said, "Who does this guy work for?" And he said, "Well, he works for the 4, but the 4 doesn't really want him. The logisticians don't know what to do with these guys." And I'm like, "How many of them are there?" And he said something like 12. And I said, "Get those SOBs over here as soon as you can. I want 12 more of these Corporal Betchers because we're getting ready to deploy." And what jumped out at me is, if you present a Marine with a little bit of leadership, a challenge, give them a presumptive problem to solve, man, just stand back, get out of their way, and they'll do what needs done, and they will impress you. This community is staunch with that philosophy. And what you all have that's a blessing is kind of reflected in what we're doing today with audit. The Lieutenant Colonel said 99.3%. The requirement is 95. 95. If I could get everybody else, who's making ACVs or jet airplanes or whatever it is that they're making to account for all their property at 99.3%, this audit would be over. We would achieve a clean opinion. And it's important that you do that, not because of the books, because you really need to maximize the dollar. You really need to maximize your combat power. Now, it's our first general order is taking charges, posting all government property in view to include our ammunition. And there's nothing that Marines value more than ammunition. It's an incredible community. It's an honor to spend some time with you, break bread with you, maybe drink a little whiskey with you. It's a really, fantastic opportunity to rib anybody who roots for anything in New England. I'm happy to do it. If you're one of the awardees and you're from there, we're going to take a picture right away, I promise. Really, thank you for the honor. Thank you for having me join the dinner tonight and having me in as a guest, because it's a pleasure to stand up here and to recognize those Marines who've done such a magnificent job and to do such an important mission and do it really well. So have a good evening, everybody. Congratulations to all the awardees up front, and Semper Fidelis.
Thank you, Brigadier General Pasagian. Is that better? Thank you as well, Colonel Mundy, Colonel Gutierrez, Portfolio Manager, Logistics Combat Element Systems, Mr. Scott Adams, Program Manager for Ammunition, distinguished guests, sponsors, families and friends, and everyone joining us here tonight, including those watching us on the live stream. We are fortunate to have the future of the ammunition community with us here tonight. Students from the USMC Munitions School have joined us. Marines, I hope you took the opportunity this evening to introduce yourself to some of the other members of the community. Gunnery Sergeant Johnson was a patriot with a strong sense of service. During his almost 13 years of service, he served as an ammunition chief with 2nd Tank Battalion and India Battery, 5th Battalion, 10th Marines. He served with ammunition companies in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and Camp Schwab, Okinawa, managing small arms and the ammunition supply point, and leading Marines as a platoon sergeant. In balancing out his service to the Marine Corps, he successfully completed a tour on recruiting duty. Gunnery Sergeant Johnson deployed to combat operations in Afghanistan in 2009 in support of Operation Enduring Freedom and was awarded the Bronze Star with Combat Distinguishing Device, posthumously, for actions taken on September 8, 2009 in the Ganjgal Valley, Afghanistan. Gunnery Sergeant Johnson's additional personal awards include the Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medal and Combat Action Ribbon. Gunnery Sergeant Johnson is survived by his widow, Miss Tasha Johnson, and sons Jaron and Torin, and daughter Jalissa. The Gunnery Sergeant Edwin W. Johnson Jr. Memorial Marine Corps Ammunition Awards Program recognizes 6 categories of individuals who possess superior ammunition logistics excellence. Thanks to the support of the ammunition community, Brigadier General Pasagian, and the Marine Corps Association, beginning this year, we are fortunate to include selected Marine Corps Reserve ammunition personnel. The Marines that will come before you this evening have exhibited exceptionally noteworthy performance and displayed initiative, dedication, esprit de corps, military occupational specialty knowledge, and consistently demonstrated abilities above what is expected of an ammunition tech or an officer of their rank. Recipients will also be awarded the Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medal, given on behalf of the Commandant of the Marine Corps. Will Colonel Mundy, Brigadier General Pasagian, and Mr. Scott Adams please join me at the front of the room? Presenting this year's Ammunition Technician of the Year Award on behalf of Ramatel Defense is Mr. Mike Morrison. Mr. Morrison, would you please join us at the front of the room? American Ramatel Defense is one of the top suppliers of defense technology and security equipment, helping Marines win the fight. Corporal Owens, please make your way to the front of the room. Corporal Owens is the recipient of this year's Ammunition Technician of the Year Award. He was nominated by 2nd Supply Battalion. The Commandant of the Marine Corps and Commander, Marine Corps Systems Command, takes pleasure in presenting this year's Ammunition Technician of the Year Award to Corporal David J. Owens for service as set forth in the following citation. For professional achievement in the superior performance of his duties while serving as team leader, Ammunition Company, 2nd Supply Battalion, 2nd Marine Logistics Group. Corporal Owens was hand-selected as the 2021 Ammunition Technician of the Year. This selection is an example of the skill and talent exhibited daily by Corporal Owens. Corporal Owens' professionalism, initiative, and steadfast devotion to duty reflected credit upon him and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Thank you. Presenting this year's Selected Marine Corps Reserve Ammunition Technician of the Year Award on behalf of American Ordnance is Mr. Emil Kowalczyk. Mr. Kowalczyk, would you please join us at the front of the room? American Ordnance is a premier manufacturer of ammunition for the United States military. Sergeant Morgan, please make your way to the front of the room. Sergeant Morgan is the recipient of this year's Selected Marine Corps Reserve Ammunition Technician of the Year Award. Sergeant Morgan was nominated by Combat Logistics Battalion 451. Classic firearms. The Commandant of the Marine Corps and the Commander, Marine Corps Systems Command, takes pleasure in presenting this year's Selected Marine Corps Reserve Ammunition Technician of the Year Award to Sergeant Clinton G. Morgan for service as set forth in the following citation. For professional achievement and the superior performance of his duties while serving as Training and Operations Chief, Supply Company, Combat Logistics Battalion 451, Combat Logistics Regiment 45, 4th Marine Logistics Group, Sergeant Morgan was hand-selected as the 2021 Selected Marine Corps Reserve Ammunition Technician of the Year. This selection is an example of the skill and talent exhibited by Sergeant Morgan. Sergeant Morgan's professionalism, initiative, and steadfast devotion to duty reflected credit upon him and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service.
One group for them. There you go. Staple it.
Thank you. Presenting this year's Ammunition Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year Award on behalf of General Dynamics Ordnance and Tactical Systems is Matthew Phillips. Mr. Phillips, would you please join us at the front of the room? General Dynamics Ordnance and Tactical Systems is a global leader in meeting the ammunition needs of the armed forces of the United States, its friends, and allies. Sergeant Krantz is the recipient of this year's Ammunition Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year Award. She was nominated by 2nd Supply Battalion. Unfortunately, Sergeant Krantz cannot be with us here tonight, as she is currently forward deployed at the tip of the spear. Keep up the fight, Sergeant Krantz. Master Sergeant Powell will be accepting the award on her behalf. Master Sergeant Powell, I see you've already made your way to the front of the room.
They follow orders easily.
The Commandant of the Marine Corps and the Commander, Marine Corps Systems Command, takes pleasure in presenting the Ammunition Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year Award to Sergeant Alana N. Krantz for service as set forth in the following citation. For professional achievement and superior performance of her duties while serving as Area Supervisor, Ammunition Company, 2nd Supply Battalion, 2nd Marine Logistics Group. Sergeant Krantz was hand-selected as the 2021 Ammunition Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year. This selection is an example of the skill and talent exhibited daily by Sergeant Krantz. Sergeant Krantz's professionalism, initiative, and steadfast devotion to duty reflected credit upon her and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service.
Well done.
Thank you. Presenting this year's Ammunition Staff Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year Award on behalf of L3 Harris Technologies Defense Electronic System Division is Mr. Steve Schmidt. Mr. Schmidt, would you please join us at the front of the room? L3 Harris Defense Electronic System Division provides precision electronic components, subsystems, and systems for the Department of Defense and international allies. Gunnery Sergeant Gonzalez, please make your way to the front of the room. Gunnery Sergeant Gonzalez is the recipient of this year's Ammunition Staff Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year Award. Gunnery Sergeant Gonzalez was nominated by Marine Force Pacific. The Commandant of the Marine Corps and the Commander, Marine Corps Systems Command, takes pleasure in presenting this year's Ammunition Staff Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year Award to Gunnery Sergeant Ronaldo Gonzalez, Jr. for service as set forth in the following citation. For professional achievement in the superior performance of his duties while serving as Force Ammunition Plans Chief, Marine Force Pacific, Gunnery Sergeant Gonzalez was hand-selected as the 2021 Ammunition Staff Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year. This selection is an example of the skill and talent exhibited daily by Gunnery Sergeant Gonzalez. Gunnery Sergeant Gonzalez's professionalism, initiative, and steadfast devotion to duty reflected credit upon him and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Thank you. Presenting this year's Selected Marine Corps Reserve Ammunition Staff Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year Award on behalf of Northrop Grumman Mission Systems is Mr. Kurt Ames. Mr. Ames, would you please join us at the front of the room? Defining possible, Northrop Grumman is a trusted provider of mission-enabling solutions for global security. Staff Sergeant Matthew Pemberton, please make your way to the front of the room. Staff Sergeant Matthew Pemberton is a recipient of this year's Selected Marine Corps Reserve Ammunition Staff Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year Award. Staff Sergeant Matthew Pemberton was nominated by Combat Logistics Battalion 451. The Commandant of the Marine Corps and the Commander, Marine Corps Systems Command, takes pleasure in presenting this year's Selected Marine Corps Reserve Ammunition Staff Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year Award to Staff Sergeant Chester B. Matthew Pemberton for service as set forth in the following citation. For professional achievement in the superior performance of his duties while serving as Platoon Sergeant, Combat Logistics Battalion 451, Combat Logistics Regiment 45, 4th Marine Logistics Group, Staff Sergeant Matthew Pemberton was hand-selected as the 2021 Selected Marine Corps Reserve Ammunition Staff Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year. This selection is an example of the skill and talent exhibited daily by Staff Sergeant Matthew Pemberton. Staff Sergeant Matthew Pemberton's professionalism, initiative, and steadfast devotion to duty reflected credit upon him and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Thank you. Presenting this year's Ammunition Officer of the Year Award on behalf of NAMO is Mr. Kevin Goodwin. Mr. Goodwin, would you please join us at the front of the room? NAMO is an aerospace and defense group specialized in production of ammunition, rocket motors, and space applications. It's great to have a retired ammunition officer presenting this award. Thanks for being here. Chief Warrant Officer 2 Belcastro, please make your way to the front of the room. Chief Warrant Officer 2 Belcastro is the recipient of this year's Ammunition Officer of the Year Award. He was nominated by 1st Supply Battalion. Where are you at, 2nd Supply Battalion? The Commandant of the Marine Corps and the Commander, Marine Corps Systems Command takes pleasure in presenting this year's Ammunition Officer of the Year Award to Chief Warrant Officer 2 Matthew J. Belcastro for service set forth in the following citation. For professional achievement and superior performance of his duties while serving as Ammunition Officer, Ammunition Company, 1st Supply Battalion, 1st Marine Logistics Group. Chief Warrant Officer 2 Belcastro was hand-selected as the 2021 Ammunition Officer of the Year. This selection is an example of the skill and talent exhibited daily by Chief Warrant Officer 2 Belcastro. Chief Warrant Officer 2 Belcastro's professionalism, initiative, and steadfast devotion to duty reflected credit upon him and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Thank you. At this time, would all the award recipients please return to the front of the room with your awards?
Get some down on this side. Put the boss in the middle.
Thank God for the Sergeant Major. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the calendar year 2021 Gunnery Sergeant Edwin W. Johnson Jr. Memorial Marine Corps Ammunition Awards Program recipients. Please join me in a round of applause.
It's all going on like Facebook. Secure that.
Let's go Bruins.
Thank you. Before Colonel Mundy returns to the podium to close this evening's event, on behalf of the Program Manager of Ammunition, Mr. Scott Adams, the Deputy Program Manager, Lieutenant Colonel Wisniewski, and the entire ammunition community, we would like to extend our sincere appreciation to you all for joining us this evening, especially the event sponsors and those that made the trip from all over the country. Thank you for taking the time to be here tonight. Last but certainly not least, a sincere thank you to the Marine Corps Association, Miss Leanne, Miss Sarah, Sergeant Major Bennett, and your entire staff, as well as the staff here at the Clubs At Quantico. Without all of you, none of this would be possible. It's truly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for the people behind the scenes to make this event possible. Thank you all for attending, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Brigadier General Pasagian, sir, seeing as this is your last Ammo Awards dinner as an active duty Marine, on behalf of the ammunition community, I would like to request that you close us out with just one final one.
Ammo!
Ammo! Colonel Mundy, the floor is yours, sir.
All right, I'm not sure I can outdo that. Hey, thanks to everybody again. Thanks for a great evening. The club staff, round of applause for them. I know. did a great job with a big event here. The Marines from Fort Lee, you weren't too loud when they called you out. I mean, you had to get out of Fort Lee to come somewhere. I guess this is civilization when you're at Fort Lee. But thanks for being here. We know you're the future. And again, thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to all of you for being here tonight. Again, General Walsh, welcome. General Pasagian, congratulations, not just on a great night. I've known you for several years, obviously as colonels working here at Quantico for quite a while. Congratulations. I know I'm not going to be there tomorrow, but I'll say it. Great career, great command here at Marine Corps Systems Command, what you did for the Marine Corps in these last couple of years. And just, again, a great career as a great Marine. Sorry to see you go. I know it happens to all of us, and that you can do this. But, you know, anyway, thanks for making a great evening. Everybody, have a safe drive home. Thank you.